Hey, welcome back everybody. It's been, I only did one video I think last week or 2 weeks ago with Starlink, so it's time to do a couple more. Things I've been working on the whole time. I haven't stopped working on stuff. You never stop when you have property. So what I'm going to do right now, and I actually last weekend in the dog run area, well here, I'll just show you. You see here in the dog run area, my father-in-law, Mark, he ended up taking out some rows of Sharon that had in there right along the house. And after I got done with that, I wanted to get that out of there so I could plant this, because I am planting, so normally all of this in here, this is all centipede grass. I use that on the whole property. However, it does very poorly with salt. It has a very low salt tolerance, which when you have dogs that go to the bathroom, here's what ends up happening. You end up with a lot of these just brown spots where it kills the grass. Now this will grow back in, but it just looks unsightly all the time. So there's a very specific type of ryegrass, which is a cool season grass, but a very specific type that's very hard to get. And it's called, the name of the manufacturer is called Barenbrug, and it's RPR regenerative perennial ryegrass. And it's called Turf Star is the type that it's called. But anyway, I've been on the wait list for this stuff for about 8 months. It finally became available for a 10-pound bag, and it's very expensive, but it has a high tolerance of salt, and it has it regenerates very quickly. So that way, you know, if it gets torn up by dogs or whatever, any other reason, it grows back in very quickly, and before you know it, you won't even be able to see it. So I planted it in here. You can't quite see it yet. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here. I don't know, can you see it? I mean, it's in there. Yeah, you can see it there. So it's growing, it's about an inch tall now. It's really skinny until you cut it, and once you start cutting it, once it gets about 2 inches tall, once you start cutting it, then it really thickens up and it'll start growing in together very, very nicely. So I did this whole area here inside, I put all the seed down, and then I also did on the outside, because I have this area here where, okay, this is centipede grass, and centipede grass is gonna come over to about right in here, and then everything on over here, this is also, I planted in this perennial ryegrass, because most ryegrass, in case you're wondering, is not perennial. It is, they put it down because it's cheap, it grows quickly. Normal ryegrass, it's cheap, it grows quickly, and you use it to stop erosion, especially on new construction. Now again, this is a cool season grass, so I had to wait until the fall to plant it. Well, it's not quite fall, but it's close enough. And there you have a good look at it. And it's all coming up really nice through there. So yeah, so it's close enough to fall, because what happens if you plant it earlier in the year, you know, like May, even May is too late here in Georgia to plant a cool season grass, because what happens is the top comes up, you know, the grass comes up and it gets nice, big and tall. It looks great, and you cut it, and as soon as you cut it, the roots can't keep up with it because they haven't developed fast enough, and then there's too much heat stress, and then it just mass dies out. Ask me how I know that. I found that out with the fescue. So I planted this. This is, when did I plant this? I planted this last Sunday, so this is 6 days. Now the other stuff that I use, and you can see there's some weeds in there, and the leaves are starting to come down. Now with this other stuff, this is centipede grass. This is what I planted here. Now this centipede grass over here, the problem with it is it doesn't even come up for about 10 days. And you can't even see it for 10 days, let alone being an inch tall like this stuff is. But as you can see, this is centipede grass that I've done here. Let me zoom back out here. So this is my front corner. It's not gonna quite get grown in, but I mean, most of it, like it sealed a whole bunch of the gaps in. So that's good. And this one video is going to be a little bit shorter, but I did all the way out to in this little area here too. Let's see if you can see it here. Let me come down a little bit. Yeah, you can see it all coming up there. So it's all coming up real nice. The pH of this ground right here is terrible. There's not a lot in it. But yeah, the only reason why I can get away with using cool season grass here is because this is shaded almost the entire day. It only gets filtered light. You know, when I say filtered, I mean, you know, light coming through the trees, so it doesn't get, it's not in the middle of the yard where it just gets scorched all the time. You know, the down here in Georgia, if you were to plant this cool season grass, it would just die out like all the time if it's in direct sun. So, but yeah, so this is coming up very nicely. I'm probably going to do, and with this, The problem I get into with this is it's on the inside there. Well, that means I'm going to either have to use a weed eater because it's light enough, or I have to get a, because I don't have any gate on the outside here. The only way to get in, there's a door around the corner here. That's the only way to get in here. And so what I'm going to have to do is I think I'm going to get one of those real REEL, one of those reel mowers from one of the old school ones, because it's not much area. It's only about 800 or 700 square feet between that and then this out here. I think I'm just going to get a reel mower, and because those are light, they're 20 pounds, and just keep it inside, and that way I can just, you know, hand it over the top, set it down there, mow it real quick, and then get back out of there. But this stuff is going to grow really fast. Hopefully it slows down a little bit once yeah, hopefully it slows down a little bit during the middle of the summer when it gets so hot. Plus, like I said, it is going to be coming through filtered light, so it's not going to be having a lot of sunlight, so that should help slow it down as well. And this, hopefully, I don't know if it'll stay green through the winter, but it will definitely stay green a lot longer. Because right now the centipede grass, this is a warm season grass, and right now, last year, it didn't even go dormant. You know, the brown color, it didn't even go dormant until like beginning of December. And then it started greening up again at the beginning of March. And that's a warm season grass. So I can only imagine that the cool season grass, if it goes dormant, it's going to be for like a week or two, and that's it. But just to show you guys here, this is what I used. Yeah, so it's, zoom back out, Barenbrug, regenerating perennial ryegrass. Most of your ryegrass is going to be annual. It's cheap. You're going to find it like, oh, this is good stuff. Like, nope, it doesn't spread. It's annual, which means you're going to have to plant it every year. So this stuff was hard to find. Like I said, it took me, I think I tried ordering it in February of this year. Yeah, because I wanted to get it planted in March. And they're like, nope, we're out. And it just came in about 2 weeks ago. And I got it. And as soon as I got it, then I got it planted. But yeah, and then this says Turf Star RPR with YJ, which is yellow jacket. It's just the coating that they put around it. So yeah, this is what it is. It's hard to find. It's it looks to be really good stuff. I've seen it you know, recommended quite a bit. And you can see it is actually patented because it's a regenerating type of ryegrass. And then down here it tells you actually what's in it and the percentage of everything that's in it. So that is my, that's the way the grass sits right now. And I'm going to do probably next week, because I bet by next week this stuff's going to be really big. That's another problem with ryegrass, is you can't, even if it's raining outside, you have to go mow it. Otherwise it'll get too fast, because a lot of this ryegrass is what they use for hay and things like that. And just because it grows so fast and it grows, you know, feet tall. So, and if I'm going to be using a reel mower, once you get, you know, the grass gets to be past about 4.5, 5 inches, reel mower won't even cut it. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to have to be cut a lot. Hopefully, but it shouldn't take too long to actually mow the whole thing. So anyway, that's it for this video, this ryegrass video. I highly recommend it from what I've seen. I've done a lot of research on this. Like I said, it's expensive. It's about 5 times more expensive than what you can find at Home Depot, but it's also, like I said, it's a perennial. It's regenerating. They don't sell anything like that at Home Depot or any of the big box stores. So I'm going to end off here. I'm going to get to spraying on the tractor, because I finally got it fixed, the sprayer. I ordered a part for it a month ago. If you remember it, my hair looks pretty. Sorry, distracted. And I got it about, a month ago. I finally just got it fixed this morning. So it's ready to go. I'm going to spray the back property here. And then also the 3 acres of the neighbors down there at the corner. I'm going to do all that. So be busy doing that. And I'm building bookshelves. I'm going to be dropping trees and all that good stuff. So anyway, everybody enjoy your Saturday, and we'll see you next time.